Yeah, we're live. All right, lumberjacks. Welcome back to another Forestry Friday. It's definitely been a hot minute since I've done this. But I figured tonight would be a good night to do it. Kind of get back into things. Hopefully everybody has been doing all right since the last time I streamed. I know I've went through a lot of things in my life, but hopefully everybody is doing all right. Wait, do I not have sound? Hold on here. Yeah, I do. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully everybody is doing all right. Now, as you guys can tell, this is Mountains of Isolation. I'm hoping that it's not too laggy for you guys. I might have to change some settings on OBS, but yeah, so I have converted I have converted Mountains of Isolation to FS25, and I will say it looks amazing. Like, it looks so good. It's not public yet because there are some things I need to go through and change, which you'll see one of those things here shortly once I buy a vehicle. But other than that, other than the small little details I need to fix, it looks absolutely amazing. And once I get this updated, then it will be available for everybody. Well, not for everybody. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be available, but it's going to be for the Patreon members first, which is one thing I want to talk about in today's stream. Let's go ahead and get that over with. So I am bringing back the Patreon membership for modern logging. So basically what it's going to be is there's going to be two tiers. This first tier is going to be like the supporter type tier. It's going to be $2 a month, and basically it just is a way for you to show support. The other tier is going to be a $5 tier, so that's going to give you access to the mods, like early access, as well as a spot on the dedicated FS25 server. Of course, all that can be found in my Discord. I don't think I put a link on the video. I will get to that here in a minute. But yeah, I am bringing back Patreon, so if you are interested in joining a server where you don't have to worry about randoms. Hold on here. Let's close this. This is being weird. I have to change some settings on my game. All right, hold on. Let's do this. Give me 1 second here. I think I have my settings like cranked up, and it's causing my computer to kind of lag a little bit here. So hold on. Let me get the stream pulled up here so I can watch chat. I'm not signed in on OBS for the chat, so bear with me. Yeah, I'm gonna turn down my graphics just a little bit because it is not liking what I have. I can always go in later and change this back if I have to. Anyways, so yeah, I am bringing back the Patreon membership. I'm mostly doing this to help keep like the randoms out of the server. Which there a while back ago that was, it worked, it did good, but I just felt like it wasn't gaining enough traction or whatever. And then I made it public, which there is still some time if you are wanting to play on the server regardless of the Patreon membership. The way I'm doing it is if you're already playing on the server or you already have a farm, then you'll kind of be grandfathered in and you'll have like that first month or so for free, and after that it'll go. But mostly did it too to help with server costs, because I am paying for the server out of my own money, which it does add up pretty quickly. Plus there are some mods that I am working on, especially the Tiger Cat Yarder, that need additional funding, and I just don't have it right now. So, you know, everything that I get from Patreon will go directly back to the channel for you guys. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get into logging. I see that I have some grass that's kind of sticking through. Yeah, I still need to go through and make some changes here. Little subtle details. We're gonna keep it simple for the login. I guess let's see here. Let's go ahead and buy. Actually, we're gonna do this. We're just gonna buy everything. Or we're not gonna buy everything. We're gonna just give ourselves everything here. So yeah, the layout's gonna look the same. It's just gonna have new updated features. Is that really, hold on here, is that really what it's looking like right now? So I've got the stream pulled up on my other screen here, and it, what is going on? That is awful. Give me 1 second here. Stream output. Let's try bumping down the encoder a little bit here. All right, let's let this run for a couple minutes. I'm kind of all over the place right now, trying to stay organized here, but I'm a little scatterbrained today, so. All right, so as far as equipment goes, let's go Tiger Cat. Oh, I was like, wait a minute, am I seriously missing the tracks on that? Like, how does that even happen? It's just a rendering issue. So yeah, we're just gonna do a little bit of logging, and then as we're gonna log, I'm sure I'll think of some more stuff. And I'm also kind of showing the map off again. It's got to be this map because I don't really lag that much on other ones. Like I said, I need to go through and optimize it. It's not really optimized for FS25 right now, but damn, it looks good. It does look really good. So yeah, like I said, as we go, I'll kind of talk a little bit more about my plans for the rest of FS25 and kind of what I'm hoping to get done, accomplish. I did take a pretty long break there for a while. I just needed to step back and, you know, just needed some time to kind of do some other things. I think I might change these bushes to like a small one, or I don't know. See, the whole idea of mountain isolation is it's kind of like an overgrown, forgotten about place that used to be pretty, I don't know. Pretty much it's an overgrown location, kind of lost in time. I mean, I guess at one point there could have been farmland. Well, not really farmlands, but there could have been people living here. It's really up to whoever plays on it to kind of determine what this map was. That's what I really was trying to focus on when I made Mountains of Isolation. Was I wanted to be a map to where you can make it your own. Shoot, I made that all the way back on FS19, so it's been around a while. I think we're starting to get a little more better quality here. So let me do something real quick. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone so I can close YouTube on my computer. Hopefully that will help. Let's see here. It does look a lot better on my phone than it was looking on from my end on YouTube. Alright. Much better, or what I like to say is much gooder. I think just having OBS open, Farm Sim, and YouTube, it's just too much for whatever reason. Even though I got a brand new graphics card and power supply unit and a new router, like it should be able to handle it, whatever. So yeah. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the stream. Just kind of getting back into the whole live streaming thing again. Do have quite a bit to kind of unpack today, or I guess let you guys know of. And as we progress through the stream here, I will talk about those things. Hopefully I don't talk about them more than once or twice or 300 times. What am I looking for? Mulchers. See, I thought there was one. Where's that? Where's that? Skid steer. There we go. Yeah, I thought there was one for the skid steer. So hopefully. Winch, of course, we're going to turn a winch on. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and throw both of these on. As you guys can tell, I am leaving ruts as I drive, which I don't think is normal FS25 map behavior. So it's something that happened when it was converted. I tried looking into it a little bit and didn't really have any luck. So that is one of the things that I need to fix. those at home watching or wherever you are, if you have an idea of what it might be, and I'm all ears, 'cause I would really how to fix it. I mean, honestly, with this map and what it is, it's honestly not that big of a deal. But I know some people might not. So. I forgot how well this is. One thing I do want to try to see if it will help it is, let's go into landscaping mode and smooth this out. So it'll get rid of the ruts. Go in and just kind of smooth everything out. Now let's try back over and see. Like I said, it's kind of like it's kind of one of those maps where having the terrain be formed like that everywhere isn't that big of a deal, just because of the type of map it is on. It might even be one of those things that I just keep on the map because it doesn't affect the quality of it, other than you're going to have ruts everywhere, and then you can obviously go back in and landscaping tool and flatten it out, but it's just going to be ruts again. But I think if you run over it enough times, it'll actually kind of flatten out on its own, which that does look like the case. I don't know. What do you guys think? For those that are watching, do you think I should try to fix it, or just kind of leave it as it is, based on the kind of map it is? Alright, let's see here. We're just gonna go through. Oh, interesting. Alright, let's see something here. Really? There's no plants? I can look into that. You should be able to replant those. Oh, okay. I haven't really tested this map out on FS25 that much. This is actually like my second or third time playing on the map after I got converted. So a lot of these things, a lot of these issues that I'm noticing are new to me. All right, let's see here. What is this? When did I download this? You know what? I'm gonna go for it. I want to check it out. This thing looks cool. Yeah, this thing actually looks pretty sweet. like it's kind of like that Komatsu in a way, or no? I can't think of the name, but there's another machine like this in where the control, like the boom movement and sticking kind of tied together. I can't think of what it's called. I'm never a big fan of it. One thing I also realized too is this map doesn't have a sawmill, which I made it to where it doesn't have a sawmill by default. See, I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I guess I could just, just leave them where they are, because trying to build the road to the sawmill does take quite a bit of time, and there's a big area you have to kind of clear out. So I'll just kind of whatever. We'll just kind of just lay them on the ground and say we'll get them next time. Let's see here. Not like yeah, I'm not using this. The controls are like super weird, so we're gonna get rid of that. Looks nice. It looks like a really nice machine, but not something I'm gonna try to figure out right now. Alright, so we're gonna just go to something that I know is tried, true, and tested. I think that's a saying. And we're gonna go with, there's a head that's yellow. There it is. We're just going to buy that. So one of the other things that I kind of wanted to mainly focus on, or I guess talk about, is my Tiger Cat 180 swing yarder project. So yeah, I kind of took a little bit of a break from it and actually put it on the back burner, and honestly had no intentions of going back to it to continue and developing it. And at one point I was even going to sell it to, like, I was going to put it on the market so others could work on it, but I just had a hard time, with I guess the thought of putting it out there, because mostly because I've put a lot of time into it, and I've put a lot of money, probably a lot more money than I should have, trying to get it to work. And then I just had a hard time with the idea of somebody else releasing it. But I don't know, it's kind of one of those things. It's I forget the expression, damned if you do, damned if you don't, because it's like I wanted to get it out there, but I wanted it to be under my name. But I figured, if somebody else did it, it could be done a lot quicker, a lot more professional. But then I was like, nah, I worked so hard on that. Like, I can't tell you how many hours I've spent trying to figure out Blender to try to get it to work. And so it's a lot of back and forth on whether or not I wanted to continue with it. And I'm going to. So actually, the guy who 3D modeled it, I am gonna have him kind of go back in, and he's gonna hopefully make it a little more low poly, because right now it's extremely high poly, which if you're in my Discord, you'll know that I've been posting updates, and you know that there are a crap ton of faces, vertices, and triangles, just way more than what FarmSim can handle, even FS25 can handle. So I'm hoping he can go in, kind of get rid of some of the detail, a lot more than I can. And I mean, the machine's 90% done. I would say it's been 90% done for a while now. It just needs a little extra love. And see, it's one of those things, it's like, I don't really know of really anybody that I could fully give the files to for them to work on, because I'd be afraid they'd try to claim it as their own, even though I literally have proof that I've been working on it and I made it. But anyways, getting off topic. So yeah, I'm gonna have that guy kind of go back through and kind of dumb it down a little bit, essentially. Hopefully make it a little, because I do want to get it out there, because one thing I've noticed, even on 22 a little bit, there wasn't really that good of a yarder. There's a Platinum that came out, that was a good yarder. Ham did a tower yarder, and I think there's like a few other ones that were kind of, you know, lower tier yarders. And I'm not bashing anybody's yarder, because there was a few decent ones, but you know, and now that we're on FS25, like, there's nothing really out there. I think FDR put one out the other day, or he released one the other day, which I haven't checked out. Which, yeah, I figured it was a matter of time before somebody kind of beat me to the punch to it, but I'm still going to continue on with it, because, you know, it's just one of those things. Like I said, I've invested so much time and money into. I'd hate to, you know, not continue with it. It's just taking a little longer than I thought it would. But they say good things wait for those, or good things happen for those that wait, or something. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't apply for that. Today's stream is also not going to be super long, just because, one, it's just me right now on this map, and, you know, you guys have seen this before. I more or less wanted this stream to kind of be, you know, hey, I'm back, and this is what's happening, and it looks like I need to cut some more bushes out of the way. Kind of a way to kind of get back into things. I'm not going to worry about getting super tactical with these log piles, just because probably not going to take them and sell them. Because I forgot that there's not a sawmill, and it's one of those things where you kind of have to cut your own land out and put your own mill down. But, pestered me here. He started doing this new thing, and some of y'all might laugh, but his new thing is like, I'm sitting at my computer desk. I don't know if he thinks that, I mean, wait, enough. Sorry about that. Yeah, his new thing is like, I don't know if he thinks that I'm ignoring him or like I'm in trouble sitting here, but he's like awfully concerned that I'm sitting here, and like if I don't pay attention to him within like 0.1 milliseconds, he'll instantly start trying to nip at my legs. And there's been times he's like bit me. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I know you're there. Like, I'm not ignoring you, but it's just, I don't know, little random fact about my cat and clinging or whatever. But come here. Hey, 1 second here. Oh, now he's up on the desk. Anyways, now I can't see my screen because my cat's blocking. Anyways, so another thing I want to talk about, which goes along with the Patreon membership, which I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, but if you're just tuning in, I am bringing back the Patreon membership. So there's going to be 2 tiers. There's going to be a $2 tier and a $5 tier. Both of those are going to help fund not only future projects, but also server costs for running the dedicated servers. Because right now I am paying for both of those out of pocket, and it is slowly starting to, take its toll. But, so yeah, some of the features you'll get with the 2 different roles. I'm actually going to pull those up right now. Give me 2 seconds while this loads. I need to put this into, after the stream, I will put the Discord link and also the Patreon. For those that are interested. So right now, like I said, I have 2 tiers. I have a $2 tier and a $5 tier. Alright, so with the $2 tier, you get a special role in the Discord, access to supporter-only chat, sneak peeks, early mod development updates, name shoutouts and streams and socials, and then you support the community without server access. So that's the $2 tier. It's Timber Scout. The other one is called Login Legend. It's $5 a month. You get all the Timber Scout perks. Then you also get access to modern logging FS25 dedicated server. You get early access to exclusive mod downloads, private Discord channels for downloads and support, voting on future mods and features, custom supporter role and priority perks. So basically what that means is if you have Timber Scout role, it's just basically you showing support for the channel, for the server. The Login Legend role is basically you get access to play on the dedicated server. You get your own farm if you want to farm. If you don't, you still get access to it. I've implemented this in the past just because I was having issues with people joining, making a mess, and then leaving. So I kind of locked it a little bit, and it seemed to help. But mostly bringing it back now to help fund future modding projects as well as current, and for server costs. So if you guys are interested, please go check that out. And as time progresses and I have more time, I will start doing some more behind the scenes stuff. I know I've never done that before, but I've always wanted to. So kind of give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek about what goes on behind the scenes. And then also for the login legend, you'll get access to mod downloads. So there for the longest time, I made all my mod edits and mods I've released public, but I am going to kind of lock those up a little bit, make them a little more private. Those will be free to download, but just for you guys, just for the login legend role. Yeah, so I don't know if I've ever done a stream this quick, but I think that's going to be it. Honestly, don't really have much more to talk about. I'm glad I'm back. Glad you guys are still around. I know we've grown to a little over 1,000 subscribers, and it kind of seemed like, you know, I got to 1,000 and I just kind of dipped, which wasn't the case. I just needed a break. But anyways, that's kind of an update on what's been going on the map. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out in the Discord or my email. You can even reach out on YouTube, although YouTube I don't always get the comments right away, and I don't always reply back right away, just usually because I forget. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this stream, and I will see you in the next one.